The night began like any other in Seoul's bustling entertainment district, where neon lights shimmered across the pavement and mystery laced the air like a familiar perfume. No one suspected that a quiet confession from D.O. would send the fandom world into a global uproar. But when he casually mentioned a certain karaoke night involving EXO members and Ji Chang-wook, the internet exploded into thousands of theories almost instantly. D.O., famously reserved and careful with his words, had been sitting in a relaxed interview setting when the topic of unusual off-camera moments came up. At first, he laughed it off, saying idols rarely had time for anything spontaneous. Then his expression shifted ever so slightly, the kind of subtle change only longtime fans would notice, and he said there was one night he could never forget. The interviewer leaned closer, sensing something special was coming, and fans watching live froze in anticipation. D.O. described a random evening when schedules unexpectedly cleared and several EXO members decided to meet up just to unwind. No work talk, no cameras, just pure freedom. What he didn't expect was Ji Chang-wook showing up with the energy of someone who had survived weeks of back-to-back filming. That revelation alone was enough to make social media ignite. Two powerhouse names in one private gathering? It was too rare, too iconic, and too unexpected. Fans clipped the moment instantly, spreading it across TikTok, YouTube, and X within minutes. D.O. mentioned Ji Chang-wook became a trending phrase, rising faster than a pre-release teaser from a major K-pop comeback. According to D.O.'s playful description, the karaoke room was small, dimly lit, and packed with snacks that Baekhyun had insisted on ordering. Chen was the first to grab the microphone, belting out a power ballad with unnecessary dramatic flair. Meanwhile, Chanyeol kept trying to adjust the sound settings like a self-proclaimed audio engineer, only succeeding in making everyone laugh. But the highlight, he said, came when Ji Chang-wook walked in wearing a simple cap, mask, and hoodie, thinking he could slip in unnoticed. It only took 10 seconds for the entire room to erupt into applause as the actor froze like he had stepped into a surprise fan meeting. His shocked expression became the mental screenshot fans still talk about today. D.O. admitted that Ji Chang-wook hesitated before joining, but once he did, the atmosphere transformed completely. His confident movie star aura melted away as he shyly selected an old-school song, one he claimed he could barely sing. According to D.O., that was the moment all hell broke loose, and the reason he still laughs whenever he hears that track on the radio. Fans speculated wildly about what exactly happened next. Did Ji Chang-wook hit high notes no one expected? Did he dance? Did he accidentally reveal a hidden talent? D.O. didn't provide the full details, instead raising more questions with a mysterious smile that only fueled the frenzy further. Some fans believed the night was filled with chaotic friendship energy, the kind that only emerges when celebrities feel completely safe from the spotlight. Others imagined emotional confessions, silly games, and late-night bonding that forged lifelong memories. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing was certain. The fandom couldn't get enough. The clip of D.O. recounting the night gained millions of views within hours. Reaction videos appeared at lightning speed, with creators examining every facial expression, every pause, and every hint hidden in his tone. Some even slowed the clip down to analyze the micro-smile he made after saying Ji Chang-wook's name. International fans turned the incident into one of the biggest entertainment moments of the month, with hashtags trending in multiple countries. Edits of D.O. drumming dramatically, Ji Chang-wook holding a karaoke mic, and EXO members laughing hysterically flooded the internet. Fan art followed soon after, illustrating imaginary snapshots of the secret karaoke night as though they were part of a high-budget K-drama. What shocked D.O. the most was how quickly the narrative spun into dozens of fan theories. Some suggested Ji Chang-wook must have stolen the spotlight with an unexpectedly soulful performance. Others claimed Baekhyun probably teased him until he gave in and sang louder. Although none of these theories were officially confirmed, the possibilities thrilled fans endlessly. Hours after the interview aired, Ji Chang-wook's team posted a harmless photo of him drinking coffee. That mundane picture instantly became a battleground for fans debating whether he looked like someone who had sang passionately at karaoke recently. It wasn't long before memes began circulating, labeling him the secret main vocal of the night. D.O. later appeared on a radio show where the host jokingly asked about the karaoke event again. He covered his face, laughing, clearly surprised that the topic hadn't died down. He hinted that a video might exist somewhere but refused to say who had recorded it. That single sentence alone caused a new wave of online chaos, with fans demanding the footage like it was a national treasure. As the frenzy grew, older clips resurfaced showing EXO members and Ji Chang-wook interacting at award shows or variety programs. Fans dissected them to find any sign of a long-standing friendship that would explain such a casual gathering. Some insisted they had always noticed subtle chemistry, shared smiles, inside jokes, and knowing glances. Soon, the karaoke night became symbolic, proof that beneath the polished image of Korea's entertainment industry, genuine connections still thrive. Fans loved imagining that their favorite celebrities shared laughter, comfort, and music behind closed doors, just like ordinary people unwinding after stressful weeks. Theories grew bigger as days passed. Some believed acting collaborations were being hinted at. Others insisted it was a sign of a possible musical cameo. Still others speculated that the karaoke night marked the beginning of a new era of cross-industry friendships. Even though none of this was confirmed, the excitement alone kept the conversation alive. Dio's expression whenever the night was mentioned suggested there were inside jokes he couldn't reveal publicly. Fans loved that, knowing that their idols had personal memories untouched by cameras and gossip, memories they protected as something precious. The more Dio tried to move on, the more fans clung to the moment. They turned the karaoke night into a cultural phenomenon, a permanent inside joke shared across multiple fandoms. Fanfiction, animations, and even imagined scripts of the karaoke event began trending across platforms, each one adding new layers to the myth. Meanwhile, EXO-L felt immense pride in how their fandom once again had the power to dominate social media overnight. They joked about entering detective mode, claiming they were one clue away from reconstructing the entire night in chronological order. Their enthusiasm became a story of its own. A few entertainment reporters attempted to follow up on Dio's casual confession, but every official source remained vague. The silence only amplified the legend further. Fans began calling it the night that must not be named, a playful reference to how chaotic the narrative had become. What made the incident even more iconic was how wholesome it felt. At a time when the entertainment world often focused on scandals and controversies, this story was simply about friendship, spontaneity, and the joy of singing off-key without judgment. In later interviews, Dio continued to dodge the details with a cheeky grin, proving that he enjoyed watching the fandom's reactions more than he let on. He admitted that the night meant a lot to him personally, but insisted it was just for fun, a small piece of warmth during a busy year. As fans revisited the clip day after day, it became one of the most rewatched interview moments of the season. People noted how relaxed Dio appeared when recounting the story, how his eyes sparkled when recalling the laughter, and how genuinely fond he seemed of everyone involved. The karaoke moment soon became a metaphor for the unpredictability of stardom. No matter how structured an idol's life may seem, there are still pockets of spontaneity, friendship, and absurdity that never make it to the headlines, unless someone like Dio accidentally lets it slip. By the end of the month, the incident became legendary, living rent-free in the collective imagination of fans worldwide. Even without photos, videos, or concrete details, the story had carved a permanent space in pop culture conversations simply because it was so unexpected and endearing. Dio's accidental revelation reminded everyone why such stories matter. They give fans a glimpse of humanity behind the polished screens, a reminder that their favorite stars also seek joy in simple moments like singing old songs with friends. Ji Chang-wook's involvement added another layer of universality to the narrative. He was the perfect example of someone whose polished image hid a surprisingly shy, playful side, one that fans rarely got to witness. His role in the story made the entire incident feel even more magical. Over time, fans came to appreciate that the lack of details made the karaoke night even more special. It became a puzzle, a shared mystery, and a unifying fandom moment that brought people together across cultures and languages. In the end, the excitement wasn't about what exactly happened inside that karaoke room. It was about the joy of imagining it, the thrill of knowing it was real, and the warmth of recognizing that even superstars crave nights filled with laughter and music. Although Dio may never reveal the full story, the moment he confessed it had already become unforgettable. The fandom carried it like a treasured secret, rewriting it endlessly in their hearts, and proving once again that sometimes the smallest revelations create the biggest waves. And so, the legend of the EXO Ji Chang-wook karaoke night lives on, retold, reshaped, and forever celebrated as one of the most charming fandom moments sparked by a single, unsuspecting confession from Dio.